Today may be Christmas, but let's talk about birthdays. My mother came over today to celebrate the holidays with us, and she brought me a present for my junk journal. She goes to thrift stores and used bookstores all the time, and she's constantly bringing things to me. Well, today, what she brought for me is this vintage birthday card. Isn't it beautiful? I absolutely love the coloring of it, the green coloring, and it says birthday greetings and it has flowers in the middle. But it's not just a card, it's a postcard, and there's writing on it. The postcard was dated or postmarked September 11th, 1914, and it was sent by someone named Henry wishing Harriet a happy birthday. It says, wishing you a happy birthday. Very straightforward greeting or birthday wish. And this is addressed to Miss Hattie Clemens. She lived in Columbus, Ohio. Again, postmarked September 11th, 1914. Here's the stamp. It was a 1-cent stamp. Actually, at this point, given that it's more than 100 years old, this is an antique postcard, not just a vintage one. Now, let me tell you, I have been junk journaling since around September, and I came into this through a 20-year passion and interest for genealogy and family history. And I know that in the junk journaling community, people do use antique and vintage postcards and pictures and things that have names on them that are identifiable. Well, as a genealogist, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to research the people that are mentioned. And I did research Hattie. Let me tell you a little bit about her story. Her whole name was Hattie Ellie Clemens. She was born in 1880, and she was born in Ohio, the state where she's living at in 1914. She was born in MacArthur, Ohio, which is a town that is about 70 miles southeast of Columbus. And these are her parents, William Lote Clemens and Mary Ann Gold. She was one of several children that they had. And she had at least 4 older siblings. She may have had others. I haven't fully researched, but she was part of a family of at least 5 kids to William Lote and Mary Ann Gold. This is the 1910 census. Hattie is listed here. Let's see if I can get my finger close. Hattie L. She is the daughter. There goes William Lote Clemens. He's the head of household. Mary, her mom, and then her older sister Louise. And Hattie is 29 years old here. She's almost 30 in 1910. And her father was working as in a car shop. He worked on cars. So this is them in 1910. They are living in Columbus, Ohio. So 1910 was 4 years before Hattie received this postcard, because this was 1914. But let's skip forward in time. In 1928, she got married. And this is her marriage record as recorded at the county office at the time. So she married a man named Ernest Shobe, or Shobe, I'm not sure how it's pronounced, but here's their documentation of their marriage. We even have what looks to be their signatures. Again, they got married in Ohio. I continued to research Hattie forward in time, and now that she's married to Ernest, I did look them up, and I did find them in the 1940 census. At that point in time, Ernest is working for the railroad. He is listed as being an electrician. Hattie is a homemaker, and he would pass away in 1942. Hattie would go on to live another 18 years. She passed away in 1960. The couple are buried together in Union Cemetery in Columbus, Ohio. Here is a picture of their headstone. Hattie L., you can see 1880, 1960 through 1960, and Ernest, who was born in 1884, and he, as I mentioned, passed away in 1942. So going back to the card, Hattie would have received this for her 34th birthday. I don't yet know who Henry was, but I do find it nice that it was postmarked September 11th, 1914. That was exactly her birthday, September 11th. So he put this in the mail on her actual birthday. So I hope to find out who Henry is. And as I think about using this in my junk journaling, I'm going to do 2 things. I am going to include this in my junk journal for my layout for today, Christmas Day, and I'm going to give it its own page because I want to respect Hattie's story and document her life in a way that is consistent with what I'm learning about her. So not only am I going to be documenting her life, but I am going to be documenting my life of having gotten this postcard today. Now, as a genealogist, there are sites that we can share information like this to. So I have scanned the card. I will post it to some of the publicly available sites that genealogists and people use when they're researching their family history. And I am going to store the card. And when I put it in my journal, I'm going to do so in a non-destructive way. I will not attach it permanently with glue. I will make a pocket so I can tuck it in and always be able to remove it. And I may even put it in an archival plastic sleeve just to further protect it. So even though it pains me to see people using, identifiable ephemera, I understand, right? It's a way to give some life back to the document. But when I find items like this and have the opportunity to research the names of the people who are mentioned or who this ephemera belonged to, I really enjoy researching them and seeing how not only I can learn more about them, but share what I've learned in very public ways in case anyone is ever looking to know more about Hattie. She's a member of somebody's family. I'll definitely share when I get that spread done, but there's a little junk journal ephemera history for you on this Christmas Day. And if you're interested in making sure you see that, I invite you to follow for more.